What is up, everybody? I'm Nolex, giving back with some more Fairytale Fables, and a happy Wednesday to all of you watching. I believe this video is going to come up Wednesday because I don't have any other content currently slotted for Wednesday. Maybe a Marvel Snap tournament will come up and I will cover that instead. But for right now, let's do a little Wednesday throwback by playing some Fairytale Fables. Sundiata Keita? I'm not sure, but either way, we're going to get an Ascendance and we're going to see what we can do with that. I do like Odin. I enjoyed Freya in the previous video as well. Actually, I don't know if I like Odin. I don't even remember what Odin does. Smiling Sprout, not a bad card to just ascend right off the bat. You know what? Let's do it. Let's freshen up to kick things off, but then let's get a little smiley. I think just starting the bloom early on is really quite good, and we could lock for Short Sword. I think that's fine. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for the Farm Boy, or I'll probably just pick up the Cat Angel. I also don't mind Elementary Insight, but I think Short Sword is always good just to be able to bridge your coin in a really nice way. We do unfortunately take 3 damage, but that is quite alright. Now I think it's going to be pretty tough to lose. And we'll see what we can do with that. So I am currently sitting at 3,500 rating points, and I was actually at 3,500 rating points a week ago, halfway through the month on the 15th, and I was like, oh, I'm halfway to 4K, halfway through the month, I'm on pace, I'm doing pretty good. And then I actually lost a few games due to just like bad internet, but now I'm back at 3,500, and I think I could probably do it. I am going to be a little bit busy this next week, and actually have a pretty cool secret project that I'm working on, so that's going to take away a little bit of my time as well. But other than that, do I want to do like this or this? I'll just keep it here, that's fine. Other than the secret project, and I got some other stuff that I'm working on. It is going to be I say that because it is going to be a busy week for me. So those things aside, I might have a little bit of trouble hitting 4K again this month. Not the best planning, potentially, but I'm feeling good about playing Fairytale Fables right now. They're okay. This and this is a really solid combo. I was just about to say there's some new cards in Fairytale Fables right now. There's also a pair of board Farm Boy, but I think what I'm most excited about is Cursed Rose plus a pair of young Yellow Barks. Board Farm Boy is actually pretty solid. It might be... Oh, I just sell out of this. Duh. Yeah, this is beautiful. And then I'm locking onto a second Yellow Bark here. And I think this is the best way to order my cards so that way I get the most important buffs on everything. It is awkward that if this dies before this, then that doesn't soak up an attack, but that's not like hugely important either. And we wind up getting, I don't even know if that was a winning tie or a losing tie, but feels pretty good to me. I don't think I love this. I think Demon Sprite is pretty good, so I'm kind of wrestling with that right now. I think I will just take Demon Sprite. It's pretty solid. 2 non-evil characters. Oh, so it won't even take away stats from my Yellow Barks. That's pretty good. If it hits the board Farm Boy, that's also great. And I could also turn a character evil so that Demon Sprite does not zap it. That's pretty cute. I could sell out of Bluebell to turn my Happy Little Tree evil. I just don't think that that's super necessary. Happy Little Tree is going to get, or Smiling Sprout, is going to get a bunch of stats from my pair of young Yellow Barks here. plus a blizzard from my opponent. Thank you very kindly. And all of a sudden, these young yellow barks are... These are adolescent yellow barks at this point. These guys are growing. They're growing, so now we want to show them off. I do like the Determined Plowman. It's a little bit awkward that my Freed Prince is already so big, though. And this is also so solid. I think I do take the Plowman because if I roll into another card, then I want to be able to play this. But 3.2. Maybe I just roll for the Yellow Bark triple. Yeah, I think that's the play. And how do we fill out the board from here? I'm not sure. Wizard Hat, Slay Moon. I don't think +1/+1 on everything is good. I think we do take a Slay Moon. And honestly could just go for Shield Page. Sure. I don't think I picked up that short sword in time because I think I was debating where it goes. Yeah, so lost a gold there. That's a little bit awkward. My Blizzard did die. That's actually really, really fantastic for me. And then the reason that I picked up Slay Moon is because going into 4.0 and being able to find a Tomorrow's Trader, I think is really solid. So, yeah, this game is going quite well for me. I would have loved an extra gold here. That would have potentially allowed me to roll and maybe find another Tomorrow's Trader. But I guess... Ooh, I could go for a weak magnet. It's actually a little bit tough to... oh, wait, no, I can sell out of board Farm Boy. Yeah, beautiful. This thing only costs 3 now. I feel like it used to cost 4, or maybe I'm just misremembering because it gives +4 attack. But this seems like a really gnarly setup. Demon Sprite might take away from the trader. But I think that we are just like scaling something fierce right now. Yellow Bark surviving there is beautiful, and I think I'm setting up really, really well for a good boy comp, because this scaling is good. Do I just go for like a Cursed Rose here, though? If we do this, then maybe I throw in Radiant Fairy. Yeah, that still has an opportunity to pick up a bunch of stats here. And then maybe I go for a Sturdy Shield. I could possibly just backline this Smiling Sprout at this point. I do want to get as much stats on the Smiling Sprout as possible, so that way when I send it to somewhere else, it starts doing a lot of work for me. But let's just do this for now. I think this is good. I could use the Shield Page on the Radiant Fairy. You know what? Let's try this. I think this is fine. Keeping the Tailor alive so that it gets the Cursed Rose and Young Yellow Bark triggers, I think is a nice way to scale this card in addition to the Slay Moon. The Radiant Fairy is huge. It's my last card to survive, so that's a little bit awkward, but it still gets it done. This one I have to lose. Yeah, I don't really want to lose. I am playing up against the lobby leader. Alright, let's do it. This makes me level 5. Sea Witch is probably better than the Shield Page. I'm somewhat interested in the Hermes too. Just for stats. Could take a Proud Korg. Maybe I sell out of something and throw like a Sturdy Shield. How strong is this Tinkerbell? Are we just going to beat this Tinkerbell? Yeah, we might just. And I think we're going to just beat the Tinkerbell, and I'm fine with that, I think. I'm just going to roll here. I like the Morph a lot. I like the Corgi in some synergies down the line, but I think this is just the play. Let's just not worry about this bonus XP. It's a little bit awkward because we wasted the gold, wasted our turn. Though we did pick up Sea Witch a second earlier, so not really a waste at all. Yeah, we're just way too dang strong. And dealing half the health to the lobby leader, I think is actually just too much to pass up here. Could grab a Hermes and a Nocturne. Doesn't seem crazy. It doesn't seem crazy good either. Don't need another Yellow Bark. Don't really need another Sea Witch either. Tripling the Cursed Rose definitely opens up some room on this board. And I do kind of like Radiant Fairy though still. Just for where I think we're going. I mean, I guess Sea Witch, if we get this thing to slay an additional time, we just like play like this, cut both of these roses and put in another Sea Witch. This is pretty good. Alright, I guess we gotta go for this. Oh, wait a minute. This is actually pretty important. It's just a free tier 5 treasure. I put the magnet on it. So I guess I sell out of my Cursed Roses, huh? Only other play would be to sell... Yeah, I don't want to sell either of my Radiant Fairies, so I'm selling both of my roses here. A little bit awkward. And... excuse me. I think that this is quite good. A few new artworks and new characters, obviously, as well. I think I said that. Like I said, I have played a few games off screen, so not all of that stuff is like new to me, so I'm kind of like yada-yadaing past some of this cool new stuff here. Tier 5 treasure, upgrade the next character you buy and destroy this. I need to find XP this turn, but I could make that work. Double the underline. Huh. So when I get down to 8 HP... But I still don't... I'm not totally confident you can... Oh no, you can move treasures just only when you have enough of them to move. Right. That's how it works. So this is actually a lot less flexible than this. So let's grab this. And now when I drop below 8, I will get a pair of Ascendances here. Do not hate the Succubus. I do not hate the Book Mage on 5.1. But we're set up well to take risks right now, too. So I think it actually behooves us to just roll down. Gonna roll past Narcissus even, and just roll for XP, a third Sea Witch. There was one other thing I was looking for, can't remember now. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen. It's not super likely to pay off, but it is pretty worthwhile, I think. Not gonna pick up another Tailor. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted. Yeah, the third Radiant Fairy. Thank you for the reminder. When a star shoots, add a bunch of my attack to its damage. I'm not sure we're gonna play into Oberon, but we reasonably could. I like the Unyielding, though, on a big card at the very least. We're going to take 9 down to 13, so one more loss will mean that we are looking to get 2 more copies of Ascendance. An extra character of your level is really good. I might actually want to play into this Oberon. Shoot some stars. I'm also kind of just digging the succubus. Like I said, maybe we move away from some of this. I think the goal is going to be to go into Good Boy, though. If that's the goal, do I want to go Little Mermaid? Do I want to roll for another piece that works well with Good Boy? It's kind of free. Yeah, like, do I just take the Proud Corgi, which is really good if Radiant Fairy lands on it? And still pretty good once I find that Good Boy. I think this is good enough for now. The only question is, do I play the Corgi? And I think I'm going to say no. I think there's not a huge incentive to play a 20-20 over a 10-10 ranged that also pumps my shops, especially when losing is still fine, as long as I don't lose by a huge amount. I really do want to lose soon and find a Good Boy immediately on the rank up and make some good stuff happen from that. Greta has flying. They either cast a spell to give that flying or did something else, but yeah, ranged characters are just big themselves because of the Radiant Fairy. And I should be able to find Good Boy with relative ease because of my weird compass. So that is also really worth noting. Not an angel. Yeah, I think I'm just going to roll for Good Boys here. Is this a fire rune? No, it is an arcane rune. It's going to be Good Boy. There's another Corgi. That's probably worth it with, like, no coin left in the turn. Then I can triple Sea Witch, but I think I'm over that at this point. Probably start to play the Corgis now that I have a Good Boy in. I do still like the young yellow bark, but I think this is where I'm at right now. Huh. Is it just better to play this, though? This is just such a bigger creature. Probably. There's also some temptation to play yellow bark with Good Boy to, like, potentially give it some stats or something. I think this is good for now. I can walk around this entire backline in any order, realistically. I do like the Prince as well, but I think I'd rather find the Phoenixes. And also, I'm hoping to just barely snag a loss. Let's see if that's possible. That went on to Corgi. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to lose after Corgi eats those stats. Yeah, it's an awkward problem to have here. Just winning all these fights, right? Hard to complain. I mean, this is just bigger. Let's just run it. And I don't know. We'll hold on to that for now. Could triple up on the Good Boy this turn. Weird Compass is so strong. That's a fire rune. I have to sell 5 things to grab it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Had to decide if we want to keep Oberon there, but I think this is the way. I might like to have one, I want to buy something next turn that isn't a Good Boy, so that way we can continue to walk these Corgis around. Actually, next turn, the Corgis do still have space to go, so it's the turn after that that things get awkward because both Corgis can't be in the back line. Should I start to hedge a little bit by moving one Corgi front? Just because otherwise next turn I'm going to have to put both Corgis front. Or not next turn, but the turn after. I don't know. I feel like this helps me. We'll find out. Good Boy dying already sends these Corgis to the moon, so really not a huge deal. I might just have to cast 5 spells that hurt me in order to get my pair of ascendances. Let's throw this corgi up. I might like Radiant Fairy more than Smiling Sprout still. Yeah, let's grab it, because we could triple corgi or good boy, and when that happens, I think it's going to be good to be prepared. Give your characters with food stats my food stats. I mean, if we find Nero, we'll want that. We don't have Nero just yet. This is flying. Hermes Blessing, quite good. Nothing else here, and then I do think I want to new you on this Oberon. Still bad, but we'll keep trying. I think it's worth it. And yeah, this definitely goes in instead of Oberon now. Next turn, this can go here. I think just by putting one corgi in the front row for one turn, I actually did enough. So let's ready up. And we've got the Hermes boots, so I think that we win this one every time. And if we don't, that might still be great, but how many people are left in this lobby even? I don't think there's that many players left in this lobby. Romeo's scaring me, but we are going to make it with a tie. And yeah, there are not many players left. Not great, not great. All right, I'll grab the good boy triple here. It's going to give me a tier 6 treasure. We're going to replace Slay Moon, of course. And I could double my auras the next time you find a level 3 or above treasure, or Battle Song Sword. Battle Song Sword, not bad with my Demon too, or my Fire Mage. Let's just play this thing. It's a lot of stats. Do have to put Radiant Fairy in an awkward spot. Turn a character evil, no. I'm looking for the opposite of that effect, please. And casting spells on Good Boy now is quite strong. But our rolls are also really strong too. Here's Nero, so give your dogs +3/+2 food stats for each position I am away from my previous fight. I don't know, I think this card is quite good. And in a lane is pretty strong too for the turn. And then I'll grab Nero and replace Smiling Sprout, and then I'll start walking these dogs all sorts of around. I think I want Nero. You do have to kind of make it first and last, then first, then last. But I think that that still works. That new spell that gives something flying is kind of crazy. It's not going to be crazy enough to take me down here, and we defeat Hax, and that moves me into at least second place. I feel like second place is pretty reasonable, though. Especially when we start walking all these puppers around. Things are looking pretty good for me here. Could also throw in a Phoenix. I do like the Phoenix. No, I want to roll and I want to find that other dog that I already rolled past at this point. Don't want that. Where's the other puppy? Yeah, the food puppy. And then I find another good boy. I should probably just buy that. I'm so all in on dogs at this point that I think that that's quite a good card. Just have to figure out if I'm selling off Elaine, Radiant Fairy, or this item, and I think it's just Elaine. Yeah, this seems pretty fantastic. This comp gets a lot worse next turn when I've got to walk everything around, but I think we're also reasonably likely to find the food doggy, and that's pretty exciting. Yeah, just look at these stats. These are incredible. 1K corgis, pretty good stuff. We'll hit my opponent for 11 down to 13. Nero's gonna move here, which means these dogs move into these positions. That corgi has to go there, and I've got a backline of Radiant Fairies, which is certainly at least a little bit awkward. Over Grimm's Twist at this point. I am looking for... Oh, what is this thing? Get me for 1 round or less. I sell for 2 gold. Oh, that's the hot potato. Nice. Could throw in a second Nero and then keep on rolling. Oh, I just sold out of my happy little tree. Sad. Forgot about the core fusion. Might have been better to get out of the sturdy shield just for the core fusion of it all. I mean, a 7th place Radiant Fairy probably should just be a Nero here. So now I can triple the Nero. I could also... I mean, I don't hate just playing a character down and losing a fight. That's a little wacky. Oh, I can sell out a sturdy shield here. Duh. Nice. Upgrade the next character you buy and destroy this. Yeah, that's gotta be the pickup. And I will just toss the weird compass. Yep, and these Neros just flip-flop every turn. And then Good Boy just makes an insanely big and proud, an insanely big and an insanely proud corgi while I roll for Food Dog. And that should be just about all she wrote. That was a really good attack for me from Romeo too, avoiding the corgi. Quite important. Now these Radiant Fairies will eventually pump up the corgi. I mean, yeah, they just won't even die. Not even getting through my fairies here. So yeah, let's just roll down for Food Dog. Oh wow, there's also a triple of Nero and another Good Boy. I guess we'll just do that. So let's grab an upgraded Good Boy and then triple Nero, find a new tier 6. That is going to give me... I mean... This is never useful. This is also never useful. I could skip and then roll 2 times. I mean, I think that's what I do here. It's not as exciting as just taking what could potentially be a tier 7 treasure, but will never actually be. And now I try to replace this with Food Dog, despite not having the weird compass anymore. Oh, I guess this is pretty fantastic too, huh? Alright, well, yeah, I mean, I made the right call. Skipping there for the energy is just really, really strong. And I suppose I'll put Radiant Fairy first. That means my Nero buff isn't as big. Alright, we'll put Proud Corgi first. And just have a bunch of good boys here. This is a pretty strong board. If I'm playing up against a real opponent, they could maybe find a scam in this, like pick up some Medusas or something, and then backline some Cupids, whatever that card was, actually, now. Can't even think of it, sorry. But considering I'm probably, well, I might be playing up against a real opponent, but they'd have to they would have had to start committing to scam a long time ago. They're not going to have enough time now, and we are indeed going to get the victory. So there we go. If I can just do a few more games like that, and a lot of my games have been like that this season. So if I can just get a few more, I am very, very close to hitting 4K. But for today, that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm no Lex Given. Peace.